So the peace plan that I am proposing is to create a common government for the people of Israel and Palestine together. A government that would be elected by the people of Israel and Palestine together. A government that would be a democracy. It would be elected legitimately by the by the people in Israel, the West Bank, Gaza, and Jerusalem. A government that would work together but separately from the Israeli government, from the Palestinian government. It would be an independent government from those governments. It would function in the area of Israel, the West Bank, Gaza, and Jerusalem, but it would be a separate entity. And the way it would be elected is by an election. You know, the country of Estonia, with 9.5 million people, elect a government exclusively on the internet. So there shouldn't be a problem in electing a government for the people of Israel and Palestine exclusively on the internet, just like the country of Estonia. It's fairly easy to set up. What you do is you set up 300 parliament districts. Some would be Israelis, some would be Palestinians, depending on the location. In Gaza, they will all be Palestinians. In Israel, there will all be Israelis, but in the West Bank and Jerusalem, there will be mixed areas, which means that in the mixed area, some Israelis could vote for a Palestinian and some Palestinians could vote for Israeli. But at the end of the day, 300 parliament members will be elected. And of course, it's not going to be exactly 50-50 in terms of the allocation or proportionality of the number of parliament members. But according to the Constitution, which you could read at ipconfederation.org, it doesn't really make a difference because in order for the common government to pass legislation, you will need 55% of the Israeli parliament members and 55% of the Palestinian parliament members to vote yes on the legislation. And you would go to, subsequently or afterwards, you would go to the Israeli government and the Palestinian government and you offer them a veto power over the legislation. So the common government will have to be very reasonable and will have to pass laws that are acceptable to both sides, that neither government could veto. And there are a lot of them that could be done. So this is what we are actually practicing in the simulations. You can sign up for the simulation, go to ipconfederation.org and sign up. And the next simulation will take place on February 24th. You could join, or when you sign up, you can participate as either Israeli or Palestinian parliament members, or you could participate as Hamas leader or Israeli prime minister or Palestinian president. And we also ask people to become world leaders because we want to show the relationship between the common government and the entire world. So that you understand, we are not asking to dismantle the Israeli government or the Palestinian government. We are asking to create a common government side by side in addition to those governments. And that government could be set up independently. It shouldn't be set up by the Israeli government or the Palestinian government. It should be set up by the people of Israel and Palestine together. And it should be a democracy. It should not involve um, religion. It cannot pass religious laws. And you could read all of this at ipconfederation.org. You can sign up and read. You could also read the frequently asked questions. But this would be an exclusively secular government that would pass laws that are acceptable to both sides. Because if it's not acceptable, it would be vetoed and would not pass to begin with. And then it would be implemented by the common government. And there are many, many issues that the common government could touch upon, many, and it could deal with every issue in controversy between the Israelis and the Palestinians, starting from the refugees, occupation, terrorism, Jerusalem. Uh, but really, the making peace is the tip of the iceberg because the common government would not only be able to make peace, it would also be able to give a lot of prosperity and freedom to both the Palestinians and the Israelis. And it would have to treat both of them as equal, just like in a democracy. So join in the next simulation. The next one will be on February 24th. Sign up at ipconfederation.org. And I hope to see you, and I hope you participate, and we will deal with every issue that is in controversy, or not every issue, because we every time we take different issues. But if you stick long enough, we will cover every issue. So we'll see you on February 24th. Sign up at ipconfederation.org. And thank you so much. Bye bye.